Thank you so much for taking my call. Thank you so much for taking my call. Essentially, what we needed to talk about was making sure that I really understood the purpose of the assignment, which was the purpose of this project is to outline the budget for the national rollout for the uniforms that we are set to purchase. We'll be keeping you updated, obviously, as it goes through, and making sure that all the final selections and the day-to-day operations are also overseen by you. You've been kept in the loop with, as well as any of the decisions for design, the comfort, the sustainability emails, etc. throughout the entire project. You've been kept up to date with. We just want to make sure and obviously have a chat about where it's progressing from here, and also what you can expect in terms of project management, and also how we're going to ensure that you get kept in the loop. We also have to go backwards and forwards between obviously the policies and procedures for the tri-fitness to make sure that the appropriate personnel is signing off, as well as making any adjustments that are needed. So I've come up with 12 steps that I wanted to run past you just to make sure that you're happy with everything in regards to the project in question. So the 12 steps that I've identified as in order as being: step 1, email the team about collection of data. Step 2, measure the employees. Step 3, collect employee information. Step 4, put data on a spreadsheet. Yes, I can wait while you write those ones down, no worries. Step 5, confirm orders are correct. Step 6, confirm each department order. Step 7, confirm budget. Step 8, email the supplier. Step 9, quote and pay supplier. Step 10, invoice and reconcile. Step 11, email employees that order has arrived. And step 12, hand out the uniforms. So I wanted to just expand a little bit on why I've placed them in this order, and also provide an example of how I can demonstrate this in the plan that you can see as well. So the reason why I was emailing team about the collection of data first is just to make sure that they're fully aware of the requirements, the rollout we're doing, the purpose of what we're doing, etc. Just also needed to be able to collect their name, their phone number, email address, things like that, to ensure that I can contact them if need be. Then I moved on to measuring the employees, just to make sure that we're not ordering the wrong or incorrect sizes, and we're being as thorough as possible. Then that way, when we come to ordering, we can group them in different categories. We can also then link that back up to the first bit about the collection of data. Then collecting employee information, which is just the expansion of number 1, but then also making sure that we can distribute them to the team leaders. I wanted to put everything on a spreadsheet. It keeps it clear. Everyone can make adjustments quite easily, and different areas can be highlighted if needed. Then once that's all done and we've double checked and then had the meeting about it, we can confirm the orders with the departments. So we could actually obviously get the sign off. Then they can have a look at the Excel spreadsheet to see where the money's being spent, how it's been spent, and how many uniforms we've actually got. Once they've signed off on it, we can confirm that again with the departments, just to make sure we can order them correctly. Then step 4, confirming budget. Again, it goes back to that LCL spreadsheet so we can balance it, make sure no overspending has occurred, etc. Email the supplier. I was even going to suggest that we email a couple of different suppliers to see, as long as the color coding and also the shape, the fit and the sizes all match, to see if we could get a better deal. And also for a bulk order as well. Usually that's quite easy. Once we've agreed upon that, that would obviously just be double checked again according to the Tri Fitness. So then that way we can pay the supplier, invoice, and then reconcile, obviously with the budgets and the management and things like that. Email the employees that they have arrived, hand out the uniform, and then everyone is matched, which is good. And obviously links back to the whole purpose of why we're doing this in the first place. Essentially, some of the resources that I'm going to need during this project for myself and my team is definitely access to the computers continually, even maybe setting up a cloud or a mainframe so things can be updated and it tracks progress. And company mailing list so we can keep everything, again, quite secure. So if I fall sick or someone else does, that's quite easy. Access to telephones and writing materials, obviously for communication purposes. Then the team, I need a team to obviously be able to distribute it, which we've already organised through the different departments. Additionally, tape measures and uniform measurements to make sure it's all concurrent with everything. It matches up with what the measurements are for the supplier, etc. So then we'd also then just need some software and some Excel spreadsheets and Word documents, etc., things like that. So my ideas for improving this next time, I was thinking we should definitely have better communication across all departments, potentially just putting one person in charge of every department. I know we've similarly done it, but I just think it'd be a bit more effective if it was the same person every time. And then that way, everything has to be definitely needs to be documented, emailed and signed off on by another person, potentially like myself, who's actually in charge of it. And then the double checking of their pricing options, obviously, because making sure we have to be able to stick to budget. So what I was going to ask, do you have any questions or an opinion or input about how the planning has gone? Let me know once you've come up with that. So, yes, I definitely feel that the budget was sufficient. I do agree with you there, and I do apologise for obviously making that error. We will be rectifying it, and the budget has actually come under the Tri Fitness guidelines as well, which is quite good. Yep. So I agree with your next steps as well. So basically, the next steps would definitely be to ensure that the budget is balanced, which links back to your first statement. Also, people can reconfirm the orders and, definitely keep going with the information as well. Fantastic. Thank you so much for taking my phone call, having this conversation with us. And I really value your feedback, obviously, because you are in charge and it's giving me an opportunity to further expand my project, balance budgets, communication, things like that. So any, obviously, progress in the future that we can work together is even better. Yes. I agree. Thank you so much. Now, I know we've cut it a little bit short, but I believe we have covered all the necessary information. And being that we are on a tight timeline, I think we should wrap it up. However, if you do have any other questions, things like that, I would love to help and answer, and definitely always open for more feedback and working together further in the future. Great. Thank you so much. Have a good day.